Hello everyone, we're at Pocket Gamer Connects London 2023. I'm Dylan from HyprChats and I'm joined by Bozo from Gamebiz Consulting. Bozo, welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. Well, we had you on a few years ago and a lot has certainly changed since then. But before we get into things, maybe you could introduce yourself, Gamebiz Consulting, and your role over there.
Yeah, absolutely. So my name is Bozo Jankovic. I work as head of Ad Monetization at Gamebiz Consulting. Essentially, we're a consultancy firm for the video games industry, and we help game developers with all sorts of business challenges that they may encounter throughout the development of their games. For the purposes of this conversation, I would highlight ad monetization as an area in which we work in. So pretty much we help game developers monetize their games with ads. Specifically, we would help them both on the in-game side of things, so optimizing their setups, placements, formats, and so on, but also on the mediation side of things, so optimizing waterfall, partner management, and so on.
Got it. And to your point, ad monetization is a big focus for you. So you're working with game studios and developers all the time. What does a typical partnership look like between you and them? And what are some qualities you're looking for when working with them?
Yeah, so funny enough, I don't think we have a typical client. I would say in a way that we work with companies that have really, really small teams, like a founding team and then maybe a few other people. But we also work with companies that may have like a couple of hundred employees. In terms of different game genres, that's also very versatile. So we work with RPG games, casual, hyper casual, mid-core to hardcore games, sports, story-driven games. So very versatile pool of different games and gaming genres. What I think is a common thing for all of our clients is pretty much a wish to improve their ad monetization setups and really an openness to work with us on it.
Got it. Yeah. And like I mentioned, we had you on a few years ago, pre-pandemic, and since then there's been a lot of M&A going on in our industry, as I'm sure you've seen. And your clients range from independent studios with a small founding team to big, massive publishers. So typically, what is the benefit for a company of any size to work with a consultancy like yours?
Yeah, so we have let's say a couple of cases. One is where they don't have a fully dedicated monetization manager, I would say, on ads, and this is where we would come in with our expertise and knowledge and pretty much handle that on their behalf. In some cases, even they do have a fully dedicated person to ad monetization or even an entire team. But what we can bring to the table is really, the expertise from the entire market. We work with all of the mediation partners in the market, major ones, all of the ad networks. We can bring in some external, benchmarks and in general, this wide range of experiences that we had over the years.
So you work with a bunch of studios and game devs across all genres. Is there a particular setup that works, or in terms of ad formats, whether it's rewarded, interstitial, and banners? And is there anything new that you're seeing in the market?
Yeah, so in terms of formats, I would say that rewarded video ads are the most dominant format in the industry right now, and it works well across different genres. Now, obviously, in games that have more developed economies, rewarded video ads are the strongest, whereas in hyper-casual games, you might expect to have a bigger share of revenue coming from interstitials and banners. Apart from these, let's say, conventional formats, we also work on offer wall, and this works particularly well for developers who have really, really strong in-game economies and people are just in need for in-game currency. And then on the innovative side of things, I would say that in-game ads and audio ads are something that people are looking into, but there's still a way to go on that.
Right. And you mentioned like that in games, it's kind of new to market. Are there any additional trends that you're seeing, that the market is taking up, and any, players in the space that you think are worthwhile?
Yeah, so maybe on the less positive side, we've seen in the past year that eCPMs have gone down, and this might be, a combination of several things where, for example, COVID-19 restrictions have gone, and then that had the negative impact, IDFA as well going away, and then global geopolitical situation having an impact on economies around the world. So I'd see that eCPMs are kind of wearing off. Fun enough, that might open up new opportunities. So for example, people and developers might be more open to testing new things. whether it's new ad formats or maybe even new partners focusing, let's say, for example, on brand demand exclusively or something like that. So more experiments, I would say, is something that people might be more open to.
Right. And experimentation is a big thing, especially looking into the new year, which is a great transition. 2023, we closed the books on 2022. What can we look forward to from, Gamebiz and sort of your services that you provide to the market?
Yeah, so I would say that one of the big commitments for us in the previous year was making our team bigger, and this is something that we are definitely looking to do in 2023. Apart from that, we're really committed to sharing our insights and knowledge publicly, because we've done so many things, so many experiments and trial and error things that we feel that it would be really beneficial for everyone if we can share that actively and let's say on an ongoing basis. And there might be a project or two that we're working on outside of ad monetization, but this is something that we cannot share at the moment, but hopefully we'll see it live in 2023.
Too soon to tell, but lots to look forward to, and we'll definitely keep in touch on everything. So Bozo, thank you for coming on. It was a pleasure to chat as always.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Enjoy the rest of the show.
Thank you.